We are now at the base of Youkai Mountain, where I am now interviewing the second of the Aki sisters, Minoriko.
Good afternoon.
So, Miss Aki Minoriko, tell us about your abilities as an autumn goddess.
Well, not to toot my own horn, but I am a goddess of the harvest, a very important role during the autumn season. You're welcome.
So you're the one responsible for giving everyone a good harvest.
Of course. Do you realize how busy I am during the autumn season? In fact, I suggest the fine folks of Gensokyo who wish for not just a good harvest this year, but also the next to book an appointment, preferably by calling my personal telephone number. The first 10 callers will get a free consultation and inspection of your fields.
Oh, yes. Ha! I thought I told you to leave promotions for the end slate. That was the deal for the interview.
Is this the part where I say, like and subscribe?
Oh no, you got it all wrong. This is for TV.
But isn't this for that YouTube channel? Which I can't find on my TV, by the way. Is it a premium channel?
YouTube is not a channel you watch on TV. It's on the internet.
Oh, that internet thing. Is that still around?
Did you think YouTube was a television station? But I thought you were informed about modern technology.
That's my sister. She gets easily excited when she finds things from the outside world. I just think it's all clutter.
But your sister didn't know what a television was.
She did at one point, back when it was introduced to Gensokyo. She was excited about it, but then forgot about it for the next new thing. Before television, it was the same thing with the radio. She was so excited about how it could receive music from the air, but as soon as cassette tapes came into existence, she completely forgot about that too. That goes for CDs, and then whatever this Spotify thing is.
Oh, that kind of explains things. I would have expected it from you since you're the youngest sibling.
As for me, I take my time to get adjusted to these modern-day things, but I eventually get around to understanding them.
So what is the latest tech that you are currently invested in?
Well, it took a while, but I finally got adjusted to using the phonograph. Now I can see why my sister was crazy about it around a century ago.
For your sake, let's say that you're into retro vinyl collecting. We are now in the human village where Minoriko offers her services to the people on this season. And in no time, she already has a client.
So I had these September pumpkins that are nice and big, but aren't ready for harvesting yet. But winter is coming soon, and I can't afford to keep them out all winter long. So maybe you can find a way to hurry their maturing process?
When did you begin planting these pumpkins?
Sometime in the early spring.
You've been watering these pumpkins and providing good fertilizer on a weekly basis? Is the soil nice and healthy? Have you given them plenty of sunlight?
Yeah, done all that.
And what about pest control? You didn't use chemical pesticides, did you?
Does a fence count as that?
Then all should be good. Just let them grow at their natural pace and you should be able to harvest them soon enough.
But it's getting colder now and they haven't got any closer to maturing yet. Maybe there's something wrong with them, and I was hoping you could help them.
I'm sure they're just taking their time. They'll eventually ripen before the winter comes.
What?
Now that my job is done, perhaps you can serve me an offering as payment. I'll take a few pumpkins, maybe a pie or two.
Now wait just a minute, you didn't do anything.
What are you talking about? I just gave you the evaluation you asked for.
I asked if you could help speed up the process of my pumpkins. You are a harvest goddess after all.
Yes, but you can't expect me to just make your pumpkins grow automatically.
But that's exactly what I'm expecting from a goddess.
Do you think I just go around and make people's harvest abundant? What kind of lesson is that if people just waited for me to come along and do their work for them? I don't make crops just appear out of nowhere, you know? You gotta put in your own hard work too.
But I did work hard for my crops, and look at what is happening.
Maybe your pumpkins are sick. That's why I suggest you get a specialist. You may need to contact an agronomist or horticulturist.
But you're supposed to be a specialist.
I'm only a harvest goddess, not a plant doctor.
I'm expecting you to do what you do best and give me a bountiful harvest.
Do you really expect me to just give you what you are asking for? Did you think I would just arrive at your doorstep with a cornucopia? And what do I get in return for this free service you're expecting? Did you even pray to me before autumn came? I don't recall receiving your prayers in my inbox.
I don't do the whole worshipping thing. I'm an atheist.
An atheist. Oh, wonderful. So you don't believe in any gods or goddesses in a world full of them. So you have everything figured out, huh? But I guess not, because you called me, okay? You called Maine, a gosh darn goddess.
And what a waste that was. I feel scammed.
You feel scammed? And yet, if I did do what you are asking of me, you wouldn't even give me an offering in return, expecting me to just do your dirty work.
How many times must I tell you that I did everything right? I've taken care of my pumpkins in spring, but I don't know why my pumpkins are ripening by now. You're supposed to be hitting them, but you won't even do that. I bet you're not a real goddess.
I'm not a real goddess? Is that the reason why the human village always has me as the person of honor in their annual autumn festival? You know, the people who actually give me offerings?
Well, you're also stuck up. Back on the moon, if I needed help in matters out of my hands, Lady Kishin would have helped me out without making such a fuss.
And who's this Lady Kishin?
She's a Lunarian sage.
Now you're comparing me to a sage? A sage isn't a goddess.
She's part goddess.
Part goddess, you say? I'm 100% goddess, you know.
So, she's still better than you, and if she then gave me an attitude.
Well, this Kishin lady isn't coming down from the moon to help you with your pumpkins. As Gensokyo's resident harvest goddess, I'm the only one who can help you.
Well, you need competition because you're too full of yourself, you scammer.
Now you're calling me a scammer. Okay, fine, then tell me if this is a scam or not.
Hey, you did it.
My point has been made.
But what about the rest?
I beg your pardon.
You're going to ripen them up too, right?
Are you going to give me an offering after this?
No, I'm an atheist.
Again with that. You just saw me ripen your pumpkin.
Yeah, and I'll do it to the rest.
No, I'm not going to do it.
But you can't just leave it as one pumpkin. Me and Seiron can't live off of that.
Then you better pony up some faith because I'm not amused.
This is messed up. I'm not going to stand for this. I'm going to bring this up on the next goddess convention.
You still don't understand that this isn't a charity? I need to live too, you know.
You're supposed to be doing these charitable things. That's how you get faith, isn't it?
I get faith first, and then I offer my abundance. Do you just give away your dango and expect payment later?
I occasionally give away my dango so I can sell some later. That's how I got my start with my business, which is doing well. I didn't have to do some stupid ritual where I do some weird dancing or something convoluted and ridiculous in order to get customers. So-called goddesses like you and that Shameimaru lady are all cheats, I tell you.
Honestly, you lunar rabbits are so... Oh.
What was that?
No, I didn't mean...
You were going to say something about me being a lunar rabbit. Are you being racist?
I'm not racist, okay? You just made me miffed.
Oh, now we find out who you really are.
Listen, this has nothing to do with you being a lunar rabbit, okay? I'm just saying if you would rather worship Chang-A over me.
I don't worship Chang-A. What gave you that idea?
But don't you pound mochi for...
I pound mochi for myself. I'm an atheist.
Again with that atheist thing. You know what? I'm done with you. I'm leaving now. And you better have not recorded all that. Put that camera obscura away. You better destroy those glass slides and wax cylinders. I better not see this portion on a newsreel, or I'm going to sue...
There's never a restful moment for an autumn goddess as Minoriko goes from place to place, seeking those who are looking for her blessings.
So I've planted these tatoes some time ago. I don't remember when. But I'd eat some now. But they haven't grown. So what can you do for me?
Where is your potato field?
We're standing on it.
Where are your potatoes?
Oh, you know, just here and there.
Everywhere? Did you not space them?
Space them?
You gotta give your potatoes space or else they'll compete.
What do you mean compete?
Potatoes, like any plant, compete for resources if planted too close together.
Oh, I didn't know that. But it's fine. I will feast on the victors.
It's also a health concern. They're more prone to diseases. Not to mention their roots can end up being intertwined, making it harder for them to grow.
Geez, thanks for telling me all that now. I could have used that information months ago.
But did you actually ask me for this information?
No, I can't pray to you. I'm devoted to the god of the Hakurei Shrine. What's his name? But you know, I get my powers from any and all goddesses, so it's fine if you can help me, even if you are a heathen goddess.
Oh great, another joker. It's bad enough that an atheist wanted something for nothing, now I got a religious nut giving me grief.
Hey, it's because of us so-called religious nuts that you even exist. Can you please just help me?
Your field is a mess. You didn't take proper care of the land. Look at all these roots jutting out of the ground. Hold on a second. Reimu, these are just potato roots.
I couldn't afford tatoes, so I found some roots that were being thrown away. That should do.
You can't get anything from just the roots alone. You're wasting your time and mine as well.
But I heard that tatoes grow from the roots or something.
You're thinking of the sprout, not the root. The sprout is a completely different part of the potato.
Well, that's not fair. But as long as you make tatoes appear from the ground, then I'll be fine.
I can't just make potatoes appear out of nowhere.
But I thought you were an autumn goddess.
I am, but my job is to bring blessings to a harvest. As in, you have to have something in place. I don't just make things appear out of thin air.
Oh, I see. So you're useless.
I am not useless. I just need something to work with. And I can't work with this. What amounts to rotting roots? You can't expect me to multiply something that is practically zero.
Really? Well, Inario Kami could.
Well, I'm sorry I'm not one of these celebrity goddesses that get all the worship. Why don't you ask her for assistance instead?
I tried to do that, but they refused to talk to me until I get this shrine all fixed up. I have a feeling the Hakurei god told the other gods to blacklist me. What a bastard. By the way, Inario Kami's pronouns are they, them. Be respectful, okay?
Be respectful, you say. And yet you won't give me any, even though you're a Shrine Maiden.
That's because you're a lesser goddess, so I don't gotta do squat for you.
Are you going to insult me all day long? If that's the case, I'm leaving.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry. It's just that I put a lot of work and want some tatoes now. So please, just help me out here.
With what? You don't have anything.
What about the roots? Can't you, like, make a soup out of them or something?
And who is that?
Oh, that's just Shion. She's a poverty goddess.
You have a goddess of misfortune in your property.
She prefers to be called a poverty goddess. You're being rude. She's a guest in my house.
So you will invite a poverty goddess in your home to bring you misfortune, and you wonder why there is no harvest in your field?
You can counter her misfortune, right?
No, and I don't want to end up being her next victim.
You don't have to talk to her like that. It's not her fault. She generates bad luck naturally. That's how she is. We should just pity her.
You pity her, but you call me useless. You'd rather have her company than mine.
She's just a guest, okay? She has nowhere else to go.
But does she have to stay in your home? Why do you even let her stay?
Because she made me realize that no matter how impoverished and miserable I am, at least there's someone else who's worse off than me, and that gives me the courage to wake up every morning. She reminds me that I should be thankful that whenever I use soap, it will actually clean me instead of melt in my hand.
No, this is too much. I'm getting the heck out of here before this place drives me crazy.
Okay. I didn't want to say this just yet, but I built you a shrine.
You built me a shrine?
Yeah, a shrine dedicated to the Aki sisters.
But isn't that heresy? Aren't you going to get in trouble with the Hakurei god?
No, I'm sure he's cool with it.
Then can I see it?
Yeah, let's go see it.
So you built me a shrine.
Yeah, I sure did. See, your family name is on it and everything. There's even 2 idols devoted to you and your sister.
Oh, Reimu. Nobody has ever built a shrine devoted to us autumn goddesses.
Yeah. So how about them tatoes?
It's a little small, though.
Well, I didn't have much material. And, can't overshadow the Hakurei god, you know.
But still, I'm so happy. Nobody has ever done anything this nice for me.
Oh yeah, good for you. So, about those tatoes I asked for earlier.
Let me take a closer look so I can...
Oh no, you can't touch it.
Why not?
It's a shrine, you know. It's a holy thingamajig. Nobody can touch it.
But it's my shrine.
Yeah, but, you know, it's a special Hakurei-built shrine. If you touch it, an alarm will blare, and you'll get electrocuted.
I can't touch my own shrine?
You can admire it, you know? You can just look at it. That's what a shrine is for. Look, but don't touch.
But it's my sanctuary. I deserve to be able to...
No, don't!
Moria?
Oh, how'd that get in there?
This isn't an original shrine devoted to me, is it?
Okay, fine. This is an extension of the Moriah Shrine because I wanted the money. So I made a deal with Kanako, but she suddenly lowered my cut because she thinks I'm bad with money and doesn't like Shion being in my property, even though I told her as long as she wears the talisman, her bad luck won't be hurting anyone. Hey, I told you not to take off that talisman!
You lied to me.
No. Okay, maybe a bit. But I'm telling the truth now. You can have the shrine.
I don't want a second-hand shrine, especially one belonging to that Yasaka lady who moved into Youkai Mountain without asking any of the residents there how we feel about it.
Yeah, I guess she kind of did just barge into your turf, but she's not so bad, right? I'm sure she'll come to her senses and give me my full cut back, provided that my threat won't be taken lightly.
Besides, why would I want such a tiny shrine?
But you just said the size was fine.
And why does it say made in China right here? This is an authentic shrine, right?
Yeah, that's what it said on the eBay listing.
Wait a minute, these idols, they're counterfeit.
Well, let me put it this way. You can't have counterfeits if you never had an authentic one.
You have insulted me too much, Reimu. This is just shameful.
Hey, I'm doing all this just to get some tatoes here. You're the one making a big deal out of nothing. I'm trying my best, you know.
Your best? This all barely qualifies as the bare minimum. That's your problem, Reimu. You never take anything seriously. You're always trying to do as little as possible. Your ability to float in life doesn't mean you gotta be lazy.
Lazy? Are you forgetting who I am? The OP Hakurei Shrine Maiden Reimu, who has taken down gods with powers far stronger than you could possibly ever know?
You may not have potatoes, but you sure do have plenty of ego to go around. A surplus you tend to keep all to yourself.
I don't care if you're a goddess. You don't talk to me that way.
Well, maybe it's time someone did.
Or maybe it's time we revisit the Mountain of Faith incident.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Look, sister! Look what just came into Kinsokyo for the outside world!
Another doohickey? What is it this time?
It's a juicer, but not just any juicer. This is an advanced juicer from the future today, utilizing the latest technological wonders like Wi-Fi connectivity, QR code scanning, and something about pouches.
In other words, another piece of junk to add to the collection. What do you need another juicer for? What's wrong with our current juicer?
That old thing? Sis, you're still living in the past.
That's a model from last year.
You need to step into the 21st century, you know. It's all about computer technology now. Let me show you just how better a boring juicer can be with the use of computers. Wait, where does the fruit go in this thing?
You keep saying the same thing about every new thing that catches your fancy and then dismiss it when the next so-called great thing comes?
But this time it's different.
You said that before with all the other stuff you've collected over the centuries. Just look at the pile of so-called new and advanced inventions that are now gathering dust. Why don't you just appreciate one thing at a time?
Sis, you need to stop being so uptight. How about relaxing every now and again?
Because it's autumn, Shizuha. This is actually our busiest time. In fact, have you been lollygagging around all this time? You know it's your job to make sure the trees are ready for hibernation, right? Did you make sure all the trees are prepared for the upcoming cold winter? Because if they don't, all the trees in Gensokyo will die. You're in charge of every tree here during autumn, you know?
I might have missed one or two.
When are you going to take your role seriously?
Here's a better question. When are you going to get off my back? Yeah, you heard me.
Now where is this attitude coming from?
You're the one with the attitude, always telling me what to do, never having any fun. I'm sick of tired of you always putting me down. It's like the story of the ant and the grasshopper, where the ant was always yelling at the grasshopper who only wanted to have fun, and got so fed up he shot the ant.
I'm just reminding you of your chores. There's a time to play and a time to work, you know?
You only say that because you're always a person of honor at the annual harvest festival. Everybody loves you, but poor Shizuha is always left out of the fun event.
That's just your imagination. You can attend the event like everyone else.
Like everyone else, even though I'm a goddess? Nobody even knows who I am. And you know what happens to us goddesses when we get no faith.
Now don't say that.
It's true. Nobody takes me seriously. That's why I get no human worshippers. They don't care about me. They only care about you and only you. It's not fair that you get all the glory, all the applause, and that you have matured first before me, your older sis.
If you simply listen to me and do your job as intended, then you would also be respected. But instead, you just play around and cause mischief. And I did not mature faster than you did. We just have different body types. That's your body. Just accept it.
No, I won't accept it. I'm the oldest. I'm the more mature of the two.
You say that, but your actions prove otherwise.
Shut up. Just shut up. You big dummy him.
Nothing beats the sound of a good old-fashioned motor. Thanks for checking out the video. If you enjoyed the content and wish to see more, then you can support Compact Touhou by giving this video a donation. Just click on the Super Thanks button. And if you can support us a bit more, then consider becoming a monthly supporter over at Patreon. You can also request a commission over at Ko-fi. Check out the site for any open slots.
We are now at the base of Youkai Mountain, where I am now interviewing the second of the Aki sisters, Minooooooooo. Minoriko! 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 Minorika! Minoriko! Okay, that's the one. Let's do another take.
You're making things too difficult, Minoriko. All I want is some tatoes, okay? With some butter on it, and some melted cheese, and bits of bacon.
You people keep asking me for too much for so little.
All right, fine, no bacon.